Hello and welcome to Sasuga Ada's monthly podcast, where I answer questions, provide a space for you to share your creativity, and let you guys in on what I'm working on this month. You can submit Q&A questions, your headcanons, and any additional messages to me via email, or fill out the headcanon submission Google spreadsheet linked in the description. Please read the instructions regarding the template of the email and the spreadsheet. If you have further questions, stick to the end where I walk you through how to format your email and use the spreadsheet. Alright, enough with the intro, let's get straight to business!
Sasuga Ada Q&A.
Alright, please don't ask me why my intros and my section intros are just so extra. I'm trying to mimic kind of that Japanese anime radio and anime podcast kind of feel, and I know we all like extra, we all like weep shit. So yeah, that's why I'm very extra, but like that's beside the point. Alright, it's January 2022, and this is my first monthly podcast, and I got quite a few submissions, mainly for headcanons, and I got quite a few questions, so we're gonna start with the Q&A. So thank you very much to everyone who submitted a question. First question we have is from Banvi. I don't know if I pronounced that right. And in fact, if I mispronounce any of the names in this video, I'm very, very sorry. You know, maybe next time you can include like how to pronounce your name in the email. But I just literally just thought of that. So anyways, the question is, you started an account on TikTok for art, so will you share the content you post there on YouTube? Well, I mean, if you followed my account, I'm sure you've been following my account since you sent this question. So for the last month or two that I've actually started this art account on TikTok, I have been posting most of the content here on YouTube as well. So the reason why I started this art account was because I wanted an exclusive art account on TikTok, mainly to use the sounds, make the videos, and it's really just it's not something that I was particularly hoping to grow. You know, it would be great if it grew, but but it's more of a tool for me to make content for YouTube. So just think of it as like that. But if I find the video then I probably won't post on YouTube. It's just so the art TikTok, the main purpose of it is for YouTube. So yes, I'll definitely be posting on YouTube. And then next question we have is from Pollux or Pollux. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce this name, but thank you so much. The question is, why do you love Bakugo so much? Oh my god, you just kind of stepped on a landmine, because I'm probably just gonna go on and on about why I love Bakugo so much. But I think the reason why I love why I love Bakugo so much is very, very basic. I think it's a very basic reason. You know, some people say that they've loved Bakugo when they first met him, but for me, I feel like Bakugo and I started off as a very enemy to lover kind of relationship kind of thing. So I feel like I was really played. I played into the hands of Horikoshi, the author. So in the beginning, he really didn't want his readers to like Bakugo. So he kind of drew him and portrayed him as this very dislikable character. And then gradually, as he developed the character, he drew his art form, he perfected his art form, and then he started drawing Bakugo in a much more good-looking, attractive way, It's just but that's kind of beside the point, Besides the obvious attractiveness that Bakugo has, aesthetically, I think it's the reason why I really like him was, obviously character development. And when he first started off as a typical bully, I kind of knew at the time that, this guy is either gonna become the second Sasuke, or you know, he's gonna become this really lovable and developed character, because, you know, we all love like a bully turned friend, or, you know, someone who realizes his wrongdoings. And then that's exactly what Bakugo became. I feel like the first time I started growing, the seed that was implanted, the seed of love that was implanted into me, was in that moment, because I started reading the manga before the anime ever came out. Like, I was in like high school, middle high schoolish. And so basically what happened is, in that part where All Might put them in their first training exercise, Bakugo and Ida versus Midoriya and Uraraka. It was that fight really beginning on in the series. In the very end of that day, where Midoriya chased Bakugo out and wanted to explain but couldn't really explain why he has this quirk, you know, Bakugo kind of turned around and told him, I can still remember what he said. It's like, kokkara, ore wa kokkara, which means like, right now, I'm starting right now. This is my origin. Like, this is my restart point, is exactly what he said. That, like, he was like crying a little bit, and then kind of like, that was the time, like during the entire day, he was realizing that he was not the shit anymore. When he saw Todoroki, he was like, oh god, this guy, you know, he's totally strong, and I don't have the confidence that I can beat him. And then the moment when he started crying and saying, like, this is my starting point, I realized that, oh no, he's vulnerable. It was like that moment. It's like kind of, you know that meme? It's like, oh no, he's hot. For me, it was like, oh no, he's vulnerable. And, you know, that was the seed of love, you know. And then starting there, I started to notice him more and more. And then the moment that I realized that I was infatuated with him was after the Kamino incident, where they saved Bakugo, and then All Might fought All for One, and, you know, obviously destroyed himself, and, you know, and all, like, One for All inside All Might just like completely faded. And then Bakugo realizes that, you know, he was the one who ended All Might, and then he was just having that breakdown, and I was like, oh my god, I love this guy. I just want to give him a hug. Yeah, I was completely in love at that point, and I just felt like he was the best developed character in this entire series. I still think so. I love him more than Midoriya and any other character in this entire show. Okay, I spoke way too much about Bakugo. You know how I just go on and on. When Bakugo is involved, I just go on and on. Anyways, next question. From Bella. Thank you, Bella. Who asked favorite Haikyuu character. I know you've done lots of headcanons for them and all. Okay, Haikyuu. Haikyuu is that anime where it's so freaking hard to pick a favorite character. I don't know how you guys do it. Like, every single character is so freaking wholesome and cool, and just like, how do you pick a favorite character? You know, I have like a group of favorites, you know, people that I like better than the other ones. You know, the first person that I put in that group is Nishinoya. Nishinoya obviously has the same voice as Bakugo, but, you know, Haikyuu anime I think came first, so I saw Nishinoya first. But at that time, he was already one of, like, at the time, already a lot of my characters was already played by the same voice actor, Okamoto Nobuhiko. So when I heard Nishinoya's voice, I was like, oh my god, I love it. You know, I know I'm already gonna fall for this character, because he shares the exact same voice as a lot of my other favorite anime characters. And then, Nishinoya is just such a cool character, you know, he's such a cool guy, and he's very, just like very responsible, very manly, and then he just like has that, you know, charisma to him, you know. And then, like, that scene where he was telling Asahi to not give up, and then those like countless miracle saves in the games, you know, Nishino is just like one of my favorite characters. And then as more characters got introduced into the anime from like other teams, like Kuro, Kenma, also part of my favorites, Iwaizumi and Oikawa. You know, Iwaizumi is so underrated and everyone loves Oikawa, you know, very basic, but I also love them very, very much. Bokuto, Akashi cannot get better than that. And then like more and more characters later on, you know, like just it's so hard to pick favorites. I can't put any of them on like the favorite pedestal when there's just so much. They're just like a favorite group, you know, which is the ones I listed. But yeah, it's so hard to pick a favorite. And then next question from, oh god, I have no idea how to pronounce this name, but I'm going to attempt it. Aninxi? Like, there's like Aninxi. I don't know if you pronounce the X with the X sound, but like, I'm sorry, I totally butchered that name. I think it was actually your email. I think this name actually came from your email, not like you didn't actually put a name in your email. So next time, I'm going to like, you know, call out some people who didn't follow directions, so, you know, sorry, but like, please remember to put a name to call you by, and, you know, if it's a difficult name, please tell me how to pronounce it so I don't butcher it next time. Otherwise, I'm just gonna call you by your email, what I saw on the email name, and I'm not going to, you know, call it the whole email, you know, just for like privacy sakes. But alright, moving on to the question. Hi Sasuga, I was wondering, oh, by the way, my name is Ada. Sasuga is more like, Sasuga means as expected of in Japanese, so my YouTube name means as expected of Ada. You know, it actually came as an inside joke between me and some friends, but you know, so a lot of people don't know that and they call me Sasuga, which is okay. You know, when people say Sasuga in the comments, I'm just like, I just think, you know, I just assume, or I just tell myself, you know, they're saying as expected, you know, as expected of Ada, you know, it's like, okay, cool, whatever. But I know they probably mistook that as the first name, but my first name is Ada. Anyways, I was wondering if you could do an Akashi headcanon for Kuroko's basketball if you've watched. If not, that's alright. You have no idea how much I am obsessed with Akashi from Kuroko no Basket. Like, Kuroko no Basket was my favorite sports anime before Haikyuu came along, you know, because it was like the sports anime before Haikyuu. And then, you know, when Akashi, I keep on saying Akashi because I'm so used to saying Akashi, but it's Akashi, you know, their names are so similar, so I keep on, when Akashi first came along in the manga, because I read the manga before, so I started with the first season of the anime, and while I was waiting for the, you know, all the other rest of the seasons to come out, I read the manga and followed along with the manga, and so I saw Akashi first in the manga, and I already really loved this guy. First of all, he's a redhead, and I am a sucker for redheads in anime. I don't know why. It's just like, if you want to attract me, be redhead. Like, okay, I already really like him, and you know, he's like that Dom, the kind of like yandere Dom character, you know, the one that you want to just like you want to choke you know, with, like that kind of guy. And then when he came out in the anime, I was waiting so freaking long for him to finally come out in the anime, and I wanted to know who voices him, and so I didn't spoil myself with who is going to voice Akashi, because they usually come out and like tell you, it's like, oh, we've casted this person as Akashi. And so I waited until the episode that he first appeared, and then it was the same freaking voice as Levi, you know, like Kamiya Hiroshi, that's the voice actor. And when I freaking heard his voice, I was like, okay, yep, a favorite character locked, you know. He was already my favorite character, but there was no other way, like there was no way at that point that anyone in the show could steal his throne as favorite character, you know. I love him so much. And of course, new year, new content. You know, I'm going to make Kuroko no Basket headcanons, and actually I can make some right now. Like, I feel like I already have some, you know. Let me see in my notes. Let me go see in my notes. I definitely have Akashi headcanons, you know, and if you guys don't know, I actually wrote this fan fiction for Akashi when I was in high school. The name is White Moment, and then that just like I just could not finish that at some point, because like at the point where I was like a high school junior and doing SATs and applying for college, you know, that just got too much. It was just too much, and then like I kind of put it to the side, and then at some point I just kind of lost my trail of thought with that. So that fanfiction is discontinued, and then I wanted to restart another one, so I started another Akashi fanfiction called The Fall of the Emperor, you know, which kind of features the same main character but in like a totally different story. But I had to put that one on the side as well because I was working on my Bakugo fanfic too, and I realized I couldn't do both. You know, I couldn't put that much on my plate. But for Akashi, I think he's a very complex character and a very complex boyfriend, because he has that, like, you know, kind of like two-sidedness to him, like dual personality-ish kind of thing going on with him. Like, at the same time, I feel like he could be very gentle and very soft, and I know he is, you know, very gentle and soft character, you know, a lovely boyfriend, but at the same time, like, I feel like he could also kind of like degrade you. You know, it's just like that kind of like thing going on with them. It's just like very, very, very complicated, you know. I just like, so I feel like Akashi will, especially during high school, while he had kind of that, like, you know, emperor eye thing and, you know, the whole dual personality thing going on, I feel like he's gonna take a long time to realize that he's in love, you know. Like, he will like this person, but he will have this strong urge to control them. And then when he realizes, like, you know, why he has that urge, he will, like, finally realize that he's actually in love. But then he'll probably have, like, this denial moment. It's like, no, I can't possibly be in love, but, like, kind of like, you know. And when he falls in love, he falls hard, like, really hard, you know. That's, like, my headcanon for him. And then next question. So, Akuma no Karasu. Okay, thank you very much. Do you have something like a Discord server? And if not, are you going to make one? So, I do have a Discord account, but it's more of something that I made when I was going to talk to my friends, like, privately. So, like, the username and stuff, you know, is very, very private. I can obviously, you know, make another one. But the thing about a Discord server is that I feel like, you know, if you guys really want one, I could definitely make one, just so it could be like a space where you guys can interact with each other. But personally, I'm probably never going to be on there. You know, just let me know if you guys want me to make a Discord server, just like so we can build like a small community, but just know that I'm probably never gonna be there. Mainly because, you know, I'm an adult and I have my own adult life, and I'm, you know, already, you know, working on a lot of stuff, so I don't really have time to chat with people. I mean, I'm really sorry to say that. I feel like saying that makes me sound like a total bitch, but, like, you know, it's just the truth, you know, it's just the truth about being an adult. Yeah, so let me know in the comments if you guys want me to make something like a Discord server. Last question, Shuki. Thank you, Shuki. I know your favorite is Bakugo, and he's mine as well. What made you start to like him in the first place, and how did you learn to draw so well? So, obviously, I already answered your questions about why I love Bakugo so much and what made me like him, and how I learned to draw so well. So, this is a long journey, a very, very long journey, because, like, I first started drawing, like traditionally drawing, when I was around like 5 or 6. That back then it was just, some like drawing with colored pencils, pastels, and back then my parents both worked, and so we kind of like did this neighborhood art class thingy where we would get an art teacher to come to our house and teach us art after school. And it was more, the art teacher was not just an art teacher, but more kind of like a babysitter at the same time, and kind of just like kept the kids in the neighborhood busy while their parents did things, which is really nice. And that's what really built my interest in art. And then I started kind of to continue to learn art traditionally, but then it was kind of an on and off thing. I remember like when I was in elementary school, about like 3rd to 6th grade ish, I just like did not art at all until I started watching anime in around 4th grade. Yeah, during that time I didn't go to art lessons, but when I started watching anime in 4th grade, I started getting interested in drawing again. So I started just kind of like doodling on my own and trying to figure it out. But then around like 6th grade, I realized that I want to learn like traditionally and like actually get better, have a teacher show me the way. So I went to art class again and learned how to sketch, paint, and these are all traditional stuff, not like anime drawing, but like traditional sketching. Like I look at a pot, I draw the pot, or look at a person and draw the portrait, and that kind of stuff. And then we also did like these duck stamp contests, which is really cool. And that's how I learned to draw. And then on the side, I would practice. I would kind of like put what I learned with my teacher into practice in my anime drawings, and just keep practicing and eventually I got better and better. A lot of it is like looking at someone else's drawing and kind of like copying it, not tracing, but like copying the drawing. I feel like that, and like taking someone else's drawing and drawing the guidelines and kind of like mapping out their guidelines and see like how would I guideline if I were to draw this drawing, things like that. Taking other people's drawing apart and kind of like finding out step by step how you would draw the same drawing. It really does help. And I feel like back then when I drew, right now you guys have so much resources online, like on YouTube. There's just so many tutorials. Back when I was learning how to draw, we really didn't have much. And in my high school, I was really, really lucky that I had this upperclassman, this senpai of mine. He was one of my best friend's older brother. He was actually a professional manga artist in high school. Yeah, talk about like Nozaki-kun, he was like a real life version of Nozaki-kun, except for he was drawing shonen, like shonen style manga. He was really good, and we had this thing called a manga club, and in the manga club every day he would teach us some few tricks. And I think my improvement with manga, it really did happen a lot. Like I feel like when I started drawing, the part where I really improved like a lot. Sorry, I can't talk well, when I'm just like, I can't talk very well if I don't have a script. The time where I really improved like drastically was the time when he and I were in high school together, and he taught me a lot. He gave me a lot of tips, and it was really helpful. I'm still really grateful for him, grateful to him for helping me. And I haven't really kept in touch with him, but like he's getting married soon, or he already got married on paper, but he hasn't had a wedding yet. Phil, if you're listening to this, invite me to your wedding. I want to go. Yeah. Anyways, that's beside the point. Anyways, that's the end of questions for Q&A. Thank you very much to everyone who sent me a question, and I'm sure I'll see some of you again in my Headcanon section or the message section. So anyways, stay tuned for the next section.
皆さんのマイ設定シェアリングタイム。
Alright, let's move on to the corner you guys have all been waiting for, and I'm sure this is the one that you guys like truly care about. It's where I share your headcanons. Yay! Thank you guys so much for submitting your headcanons, and I'm going to be reading them one by one. And some of them are really long, I gotta say. And I will be pointing out a few things, about your submissions, because a lot of you guys submitted on the spreadsheet, and I did notice that a lot of you guys didn't really use the spreadsheet correctly. And that's honestly not your fault. I think this was probably my fault, because I should have given you guys more directions. Some of you guys probably never used a Google spreadsheet before, and that's fine. Okay, but we're gonna do that as we go. So, okay, first headcanon from Sakura Mizuki. Thank you so much, Sakura. Your headcanon is BNHA for Denki. Sakura actually sent me quite a few, but we're gonna start off with Denki. Your headcanon is: when Denki was getting dressed for YN in his first date, he remembered he was going on a date and short-circuited. That's actually really funny. I can see that. But actually, at the same time, I can see that he's, I don't see him as particularly the type that would be so flustered that he would short-circuit over a date. But, it's like, but at the same time, it's really cute to think about. Because, I know Denki is kind of what you could call a charai boy, which is kind of, what's the right term in English for charai? But, oh god, this is what happens when you speak 3 languages. You start to forget how to oh my god, let me look this up. How do you translate charai? Let's see, hold on, give me a moment here. Charai, bruh. What the fuck? Okay. Google Translate sucks. Okay. That did not give me the right one. So let's go to my Jisho. Flashy, gaudy. Okay, cheap, flashy. Yes. Kind of like a flashy and, Playboy-y girl. Playboy-y boy, that's the kind of feel, but I'm not saying Playboy as in he would play with your heart, but he kind of wants to be that kind of vibe. He wants to give off that kind of vibe, but he's obviously failing, but so which is why. But he's really cute. I don't think he would short circuit, but it's really cute to think about. Okay, Sakura Mizuki also sent me the second one, BNHA for Shoto. And then the headcanon is: one of the dates Shoto took YN on was a nighttime picnic and stargazing with cake and tea. That is so freaking cute. Oh my god, I can totally see that. Shoto would take you on the most romantic and kind of just for him it's kind of oh yeah, you know what, normal, right? He kind of doesn't really know the definition of romantic, but he kind of looks up where to go on a date, and he follows the directions, and they end up being the most romantic thing. Yeah, that's Shoto. And then Sakura's next headcanon is also for Denki, and says Denki has bought lightning bolt earrings for his lover. Aww, I can see that. He just wants a bit of himself on you, right? That's so cute. Okay, next headcanon is from Rika Wright. Thank you, Rika. For BNHA, Hawks. I swear to god, the bird boy, Okay, for Hawks, the headcanon is: he shows up one night at YN's balcony and takes them on a night fly thingy. I don't know what to call it. Yes, I don't know what to call it either, but yes, take you on a midnight flight. Yes, I can totally see that, especially if YN isn't a hero, if you're not a hero, and you're dating Hawks, he wouldn't want to attract attention to you in the daytime. Instead, he would come over at night, and take you on a midnight flight, and then, go up to you and then stay and cuddle and, do all that stuff. And then, which I think ties up to our next headcanon from Gacha Dolly, who also has a BNHA Hawks headcanon. And this headcanon is, he likes to wrap his wings around you when you two are cuddling. Yes, he does. What else would he do with his wings, right? He put them behind him? No, that's too boring. Yes, he would wrap them around you. Yes. Next headcanon from your local simp with periods in between them. So it's like your local simp. Yes. This headcanon is from Haikyuu for Kenma, and the headcanon is, he loves to cuddle you while he's playing his games. Yes, because he has a PSP, he has, and so, he would play his PSP with his arms around you, and otherwise, you guys would be in bed, sitting against the headboard, and then his arms would be wrapping around you, and, with his little game controller, and then the TV's just like in front of the bed, right? Yeah, definitely loves to cuddle while playing games. And then we got the next headcanon is from Rat, R-A-T, like literally it says R-A-T in capital letters. So thank you, Rat. But I think this is what I'm talking about when I say that some people kind of messed up on the spreadsheet, is that you typed Tokyo Revengers Sano Manjiro, but you left the headcanon column blank. So I guess you don't have a headcanon, or maybe you just like typed it in the wrong place, or I don't know, but like thanks anyways for trying. And thank you so much. Like next time, just remember to actually type the headcanon out. Thank you so much. Anyways, moving on from Miar Bell, did that spell, like, is it like, I know I've seen you on the YouTube comments, but like I have no idea. I always thought your name was Mariah for some reason, but it's like, now that I'm reading it, it's like Miar with an H at the end. So sorry if I totally butchered the name, okay? Thank you so much for submitting this. Your headcanon is for BNHA Dobby. Okay, let me take a good look at this. The headcanon says, "Hey, what you doing? Oh, cute. YN's POV. I'm not cute. Dobby's POV. Yes, you are cute. Oh, okay, I see what you're doing here. So your headcanon is more like a dialogue, I guess, you could call this a headcanon, but I don't think I would call this a headcanon. More like a quote, I guess. Like in what, but I'm not sure like what situation. Like I think, so okay, fun tip from, a headcanon content creator is that when you guys create headcanons, and especially if you're gonna create them as quotes, definitely put a little bit of like a situation and like kind of like a setting, so you kind of like have this good setup of some sort of like situation for other people to imagine, like in what situation are they saying these words. So yeah, I'm guessing that this is a situation where Dobby is saying, "Hey, what you doing, cutie?" And I feel like you might have like, "Oh, hey, what you doing? Oh, cute." And then Ryan's like, "I'm not cute." And then Dobby's like, "Yes, you are, cutie." And then yeah, but I guess that could happen, like he would walk in on her, him, whoever, they, them, changing, and then be like, "Hey, what you doing? Oh, cute," that kind of thing. Next headcanon, also from Bell. From Bell. I'm just gonna call you Bell because I'm sorry. For BNHA Dobby and Hawks this time. the headcanon says, okay, this is spicy, not gonna lie, but here you go. Hawks and Dobby come home and you just got out of the shower and you have no clothes on, and they look at you and blushes and starts to walk towards you and lay you on the bed, and Hawks ask you, why are you naked, baby girl? And he puts his finger in that place, and it got spicier from there. So yeah, I read that word for word, guys. I didn't actually, the last part, I read that word for word. Okay, I really want to know what happens after that, but I feel like this is less of a headcanon, more of the situation you're putting. So for the first one, you're missing. So I guess, okay, so this is just a little bit of tip. So the first headcanon that you sent, I feel like you're missing the situation, and then the second headcanon is more like you gave me a situation, which is really a good situation, a good setup, and something you could start a fan fiction with, kind of like a fan fiction one shot with. But for a headcanon, I feel like some people really mistake situations and headcanons, and that headcanons are basically what the characters would do in a given situation, whereas what I have right here is kind of the situation. And I guess the headcanon is that he would, ask you, why are you naked, baby girl? And then, continuing on with the headcanon is that he would put his finger in that place. But I feel like this entire thing strikes me more as a situation than a headcanon, but I've, still enjoyed it. I really liked it. Spicy, very spicy. But yeah, just like, just a tip from me, is that I think you definitely, in the future, when you guys write headcanons, include a situation and then really talk about what this character would do in the situation, and maybe like answer a little bit of a why he would do that kind of thing, and yeah, really good headcanon. Thank you, Mariah Bell. I'm sorry, again, I butchered it again. Anyways, next headcanon from Please Kill Me, Demon Slayer Gyome, and then anyways, my glasses just hit the mic, so from Please Kill Me, okay guys, don't kill me, but this is literally what the name says. Okay, from Please Kill Me, the headcanon says you choose but fluff please. I feel like you guys are okay, you might be confusing this headcanon submission with a headcanon request, because this spreadsheet is really for you to submit your headcanons, and I think Please Kill Me is just requesting Gyome and Baji headcanons, which fair. For Demon Slayer, okay, new year, new content, right? I will do Demon Slayer, but like Demon Slayer in general is just really hard for me, because like I don't see any of the characters as particularly simpable for me, for me, right? I feel like it has to do with the art style, maybe because they all have like gigantic eyes, and that just reminds me of like shoujo art style. So I don't, subconsciously I just like don't simp for that. And another thing is like they are so wholesome and noble, and like just like as I was watching the anime, I really enjoyed it. I really did enjoy the anime a lot, and the manga. I finished the manga. I enjoyed the story a lot, but a lot of the characters I just couldn't see them that way. I'm trying to. I'm actually rewatching Demon Slayer right now, just for the sake of me trying to brainwash myself and see them in a more kind of light. And yeah, it's just like, how do I explain this? There's just very noble beings. Like, you look up to them, they're very respectful, so you don't want to taint them with the dirty mind, right? That's kind of what I have going on with Demon Slayer, and I could say the same with a lot of other characters from a lot of other animes. So for Demon Slayer, it's gonna be really hard. I think you guys will really have to wait on that and give me some time with it to really see for myself and brainwash myself with that. Alright, next. Next headcanon is from Shuki. Thank you, Shuki. For Jujutsu Kaisen, Gojo Satoru. Bruh. Of course it's Gojo. Okay. Sorry, just took a sip of water. The headcanon. What if YN and Gojo go on a 1-year anniversary date, like a picnic on the beach, and YN is really nervous as they think they will mess it up? But they surprise him with kikufuku, his favorite dessert. The date is going very until it's nighttime and they look up at the stars, but things start to get intimate and spicy between them. Okay, first of all, the date, I think you mean the date is going very well until it's nighttime and they look up at the stars, but things start to get intimate and spicy between them. Yeah! I think a beach date with, Gojo is going to be very hot because, you would be in your swimsuit, he would be in his swimsuit. There's no way things wouldn't get spicy between them. Yeah, definitely. Why would YN get nervous though? There's really nothing to get nervous about. Like, Gojo is just a fucking whore. Like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have cursed, but he's just a man whore. You don't get nervous being with him. Oh god. I love him though. I really do love him. Yeah. And again, I feel like this is something I would call more of a situation. It has like a mix of situation and headcanons in it, but in the end, it's more of a situation. I do enjoy it, but I really want to know what's going on. Like more. I really want to know what's gonna happen. I want to get to the headcanon part of the situation. So what's Gojo gonna do about it, right? Yeah, give me the spice, bro. Sis, non-binary sibling, whatever you are. Yeah, thanks. Give me the next part. I want to know. Okay, so moving on to the Otaku Queen, who also has a headcanon for Gojo Satoru. If Gojo is to get jealous of anyone, will be really cold to them, and if he sees someone flirting with you, he would say anything, but when you get home, he will rail you senseless. Alright, first of all, yes, like, he will. Secondly, I just like a good tip to any of you guys who send me headcanons is to please check your grammar and spelling and the right words before you send it to me, because I'm reading a lot of these for the first time, and as you can see, I literally just read the whole entire thing as it's written, and I don't want to embarrass you guys. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. I do that all the time, but it's just like you should double check your grammar, because the first time I read through, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys didn't understand. But what this headcanon is saying, like, if Gojo is to get jealous of anyone, he will be really cold to them, and if he sees someone flirting with you, he wouldn't say anything. But when you get home, he'll rail you senseless, and that's just really hot. And yes, this is a perfect example of a headcanon. This is perfect, He would totally. The situation's given, what he would do is given. Perfect headcanon. Thank you so much, Otaku Queen. Just, quick tip is to just check your grammar and wording next time. Thank you. No shame. Absolutely no shame, I'm I'm not trying to, embarrass any of you guys. I'm just, trying to give you guys quick tips. Because I make a lot of grammar and spelling mistakes myself when I write. And I am lucky enough that I can check them before I publish them. So you guys should do the same, check them before you submit them to me. Thank you very much. Okay. Alright. Next, headcanon is from Marcy. I really love Marcy. She always comments on my videos, and I'm really grateful. Marcy sent this to me via email, and my quick rant to Marcy, I love you, Marcy, but next time can you please follow the template? Send me the anime and the character that you're doing. I could I don't know which character you're doing until I actually read this headcanon, which I can already tell it's Sero, because she sent this in an entire paragraph. So thank you, Marcy. Next time can you just please tell me on top anime and character? Thank you. Anyways, moving on to headcanon. I have a headcanon with Sero, because he's been plaguing my ass, so I think that on New Year's Eve, he'll come over pretty early, even though that isn't normally his style, and help out with making you smile and laugh a lot that day. Just taking off the edge of the year. Ending? I think you mean just taking off the end of the year? Okay, I'm sorry. Moving on. Just taking off the edge of the year, ending by being a total goof. Yes, Sarah would be a total goof. That boy is going to find everything in the book to let you know he's railing you when it's New Year's, because he's going to start the year right when the bomb-ass lovemaking. I'm sorry, I'm just... Okay. I'm reading this for the first time, guys. I'm sorry if I'm cracking up. Yes, he would. But, okay, I'm gonna keep on moving on with this, because this is pretty long. As it gets closer to New Year's, the stolen nips on the neck, shoulders, chest increases. So does the stolen kisses. He'll put on some music and coax you into dancing to some sensual music, amping up the mood. Have you yearning for him. Then at maybe the last 2 hours before he'll back off. He'll probably laugh and say let's get ready for the countdown, while you're pretty much frustrated. Yes. I would be pretty frustrated too, And maybe before the clock even strikes midnight, he'll stop all his teasing and tell you how much he loves you, how there's nobody right at this moment he'll rather be ringing in the New Year's with. He says Baku Squad can have him tomorrow, since there has to be a party to start off the new year, but right now he just wants to be intimate with you. Not every new year has to be loud and spent with friends like last year or maybe the year before. It could be just you and him. And while the clock counts down to the seconds, you're both just lost into each other, and him whispering all the things his mouth, hands, and his tape can do. It doesn't really even matter, because you have this amazing person that never fails to make you smile as bright as his pearly whites does, and you get to spend another year with him. And yeah, then when the clock strikes, you're being tied to the bed or suspended from the ceiling. Oh my god. You're just so, things just got so wholesome, and then now it's just going back up. Bro, you started off super spicy, and then you got super wholesome and just shoot back up super spicy. You're putting me on a roller coaster here. You're being worshipped from top to bottom. He's eating you like the first meal of the day, and he's going in with long deep strokes just the way you like, and he doesn't care if anyone is hearing, because Sero is a man of his word, and you're gonna be a pool of jelly when everything is over. finally done reading this. Oh my god. I'm sorry for laughing. It's just like, oh my god, that was such a roller coaster. Yes, quality headcanon right here. Top quality shit. Another quick rant is to please use more commas to separate your clauses, because that was a long mouthful, you know, a lot of that. So thank you so much, Marcy. Next time, can you please put more commas so I know where to stop? Thanks. That was great. That was great. That was so good. Okay, next headcanon from Bella. Thank you, Bella, for Tokyo Revengers Baji. Headcanon. My headcanon is that he would always want to go out and take you on dates, and he would make Mitsuya make you dresses and clothes, but always take the credit himself. You guys would have a special place you went to every time, and he would always try to spoil you, even though he'd be a bit shy. Yes, that's exactly how I see Baji, you know? He would definitely take Mitsuya's credit. Oh my god, I hate him for that, but I love him so much, you know? Oh god, yes. And I do think he's a bit shy. Yes, totally. I'm so glad someone else also sees that. I see Baji as the kind of guy who is a little bit bashful when it comes to the whole romance thing. Like, I feel like romance is just not something he's used to. So he does get shy around his significant other. So, you know, not saying that he isn't the teasing little bastard that you guys all see him as. It's just, I'm just saying, like, I feel like he's definitely on the shy and bashful side. Alright, next from Pollux for My Hero Academia Kirishima. I keep on seeing you guys in the comments commenting on the way I say Kirishima. You know, I think I see you guys saying Kirishima. I swear to god, it's just my accent, my Japanese accent. Kirishima. So the headcanon is, he loves Valentine's Day because he loves to cherish you and give you gifts. The thing he likes the most is PDA and showing the world that you are his. Yes! I think Kirishima is totally a PDA person. He definitely loves to show you off and kind of just like, you know, like not just like showing the world that you are his, but kind of showing the world how much in love that you guys are. You know, he just wants everyone to know that you guys are really happy with each other. You guys are in this perfect relationship. There's nothing in this world that can get in between you guys. That's how I see Kirishima, and this headcanon is perfect. Thank you. Banvi for Attack on Titan Mikasa Ackerman. You know, Mikasa. Okay. I really like Mikasa, you know, as a character, and I think never mind, because I don't want to spoil anything, you know, because like the new season's out and I don't want to spoil anything. But yes, I really like Mikasa. Alright, the headcanon is, she has a sharing kink, but will only share you with Eren and will use her scarf to tie your hands. Why? Why would you say that? Like, I see it, but oh my god, that's so hard. I don't know why I'm laughing. I can see it. Yes, I can see it, but it's just like, okay, first of all, the reason, you know, I do get a lot of requests for me to do like Mikasa like headcanon. The reason why I can't do any is because I can't see her liking anyone other than Eren, you know? It's canon. It's already canon. Like, I can't see her with someone else, you know? But like this headcanon just like sparked it to a whole new level. It's like, not only does she like someone else, but she's like making the other guy that she like, you know, have a threesome with her. Okay. Yeah, great job, Bonvi. I liked it. headcanon. Okay, I'm just trying not to laugh. Okay. Next headcanon is from Rin for Skate the Infinity Reki Kyan. Okay. So the thing about Skate the Infinity is that I just started watching it today and I'm only like half an episode in. Really excited. I heard a lot of good things about this and I don't know why I just spent so long, kind of like putting it to the side, and I literally just started watching it. So I don't really know much about him, but the first thing that I noticed when I started the anime was that, hold up, this guy sounds like Kaminari. And then, I looked it up and I was like, holy shit, he does share the same voice as Kaminari Denki, but he looks like Kirishima. It's like, so that's that. Okay, moving on to the headcanons. So Rin has 3 headcanons for Deki. First headcanon is his phone screen has so many cracks that everyone makes fun of him because they can't see anything he tries to show them, because basically nobody but him can understand. That's actually so funny. I can't comment on it because I only just started watching the anime, but that is so cute. I think that's really cute. Second headcanon is he switches language homework with Ranga. He does Ranga's Japanese homework while Ranga does his English homework. Aww. I just got to Ranga too. Like, when I first saw Ranga, I thought he was voiced by Shimazaki Nobunaga. Like, he sounded like it, but when I looked it up, it wasn't. But I think Ranga and Reki are already... there's so many... Like, online I saw so many people ship them together and I can already see it. They kind of have that opposite personalities attract kind of thing going on already. Anyways, last headcanon for Reki. He makes playlists for each of his skating friends to listen while skating. Oh, that's so sweet. That's really cute. I don't know if he's like a music person, but like, that's really cute. Alright. Last headcanon submission for this month is from Artist Hub 01, and this is because you didn't send your name, so I just took this out of your email. And also something to rant about is that you sent this all in the subject of your email. So next time, can you please send it in the body of the email and subject your email as podcast submission? So thank you. Not blaming you or anything, but next time just send it in the body. Thanks. This one's for Hunter x Hunter Kurapika. Vampire Kurapika X listener. So basically they have been friends for 3 years, and Kurapika finally told listener that he was a vampire, and listener is kinda not surprised because they've seen his behavior lately, and Kurapika confessed them to be with him forever and wanted to turn listener into a vampire to be with listener forever. Wow. Oh, wow. This sounds like the beginning of some sort of like fan fiction, so I kind of want to know what's gonna happen. Again, I feel like this is less of a headcanon and more of a situation. Not saying you guys can't send me situations or anything, because I totally enjoy it, but it's just like, if you're gonna send me a situation, like, send me more, right? I this is not enough. Like, what like, what else? What next? I want to know. Bro. And like, what happens after that? I want to know, Okay, but awesome. Kurapika, vampire Kurapika. Very interesting, because he has the like red eyes. I never really thought about that. Yeah. Really cool, yeah. But what, like, does he turn them to a vampire? Like, does he? I want to know. Come on. Give me more. Okay. But yeah, that's all the headcanons we got this month. Thank you guys so much. It was great. I enjoyed every single one of them, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, and I'm really, really sorry if you guys didn't like how I called you out for, some of your email and spreadsheet mistakes, and and grammar mistakes. I'm really sorry. But I'm trying to, as like a fellow writer, I'm trying to give advice. If it's unwelcome, please let me know, next time that you guys don't want advice. This is great. I really enjoyed it. I really want to do this again. So yeah, please send me more headcanons next month. You guys can, guys can already send submissions for next month. The link is in the description. I'm really, really happy, and this is really fun. And before we finish, we're gonna move on to messages, and then I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about my plans for this month. And yeah, so let's continue to roll over to messages. So for messages, we got some messages first message we got is from Rin. Thank you so much. I don't really have anything important to say, but I'm a really big fan of your channel, and your headcanon videos make my day whenever I watch them. Aw, thank you so much. That's really the best thing I could ask for, as long as you guys enjoy my work, that makes me really happy. So, thank you so much, it makes me happy. Bonvi says, I'm a big fan and I'm always in your comment section on YouTube. You should know me, and I love you and your work. Keep it up. Thank you. I definitely recognize you from the comment section. Thank you so much. And thank you guys a lot for the support, and I hope to see you guys in more submissions for the next podcast. You guys keep up the good work too. Next is from Bella. The message is, girl, I love your channel. Keep doing what you're doing. I love your Christmas headcanons. Thank you. I love my Christmas headcanons too. It was really fun to make. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, for Valentine's Day, I couldn't make a lot of doodles. The reason being Chinese New Year's is also coming up, and I'm making a lot of Chinese New Year art. So I couldn't make a lot of doodles, but I'm going to do my best with the Valentine's Day headcanons. So thank you so much, and I hope you guys enjoy the Valentine's Day headcanons. Next message is from the Otaku Queen. Hi, Miss Sasuga Ada. I love your video and channel. Please keep up the good work, and don't forget to take care of yourself and stay safe and healthy. Thank you. I love it when you guys tell me to stay safe and healthy, and it's just so sweet of you guys, that to know you guys are looking out for me. And I want to tell you guys, don't worry. I am very, very healthy, and I live a very healthy lifestyle. I'm known in my personal friend group in real life that they always call me grandma, because I take care of myself like a grandma. I wear 2 layers of pants in the winter, and people call me grandma legs. Right? Yeah, so don't worry, I'm definitely taking care of myself. Thank you guys so much for caring about me and looking out for me. Alright, last message is from Shuki. Thank you, Shuki. This headcanon is a gift from my friend Urani, and I really love your videos and headcanons, and they bring a smile to my friend and cheer me up whenever I feel down. And seeing you draw really encourages me to learn how to draw, as I want to learn how to do digital art. Thank you so much for giving others an opportunity to share ideas, and thank you for all the positivity you have spread. Aww. Thank you. This is so sweet. It makes me really happy to know that I can put a smile on your face. When I first started doing this, it was really just me trying to get some ideas off my chest. For example, all the headcanons, the fan fiction. It was just me trying to dump my creativity and my like imagination somewhere, and I didn't really expect that to grow so big. And the fact that I'm able to make people smile with that is it's a pleasant surprise and something that makes me feel really, really accomplished. And I'm just so happy that I finally kind of have like a little community of my own where I can kind of like be myself, like be this side of myself and be loved for it. And so I'm really grateful to you guys and all the support you've given me and all of your participation, and thank you so much for interacting with my channel, and thank you so much for sending me messages. I'm so grateful to you guys. Thank you so much.
さすが A だ仕事中
So this is kind of like the section where I share a little bit about what I'm working on and just, oh god, honestly I don't even know. And maybe some plans for the future, throwing out some ideas, and then kind of like keeping this more interactive for you guys, and so you guys can reply to me in the comments. So lately, obviously I've been working on Valentine's Day headcanons. Fanfiction wise, I'm still working on the Fight Me, Protect Me, Love Me Bakugo story on Wattpad, AO3, and fanfiction.net. It's also on Quotev. So that's my long-term project, and honestly I'm trying to get that finished so I can start on my next long-term project. Fanfiction audio-wise, I did start recording my Sukuna fanfic, but that thing requires so much screaming and looking for a lot of sound effects, and I feel like that one will just be another project that I will have to just kind of like push to the side a little bit and just like work on it a little by little. So it's not something that I can like put out anytime soon. And I also have a lot of other things that I want to work on. A lot of people have been asking me to write continuations to Hopeless Love, which is the Bakugo X Kirishima Bakugo X Listener X Kirishima story. Sorry. So yeah, I do want to write a continuation to that, and I also, it's less of a continuation and more kind of like an whatchamacallit, kind of reincarnation, afterlife, alternate universe kind of thing. Also I really want to write a redemption story for Kirishima, because I feel like I've ruined Kirishima for a lot of people, and I do feel bad because that was not my purpose of the story. My purpose of the story was to just, make Bakugo seem like a really good guy, to promote my love, promote Bakugo and turn everyone into Bakugo Sims. That was the purpose. Also, I wanted to torture people with some angst, but like that's beside the point. And also, I do, so other than the continuation to that, I also want to put out, so I've been writing this Gojo fanfic, but I only have like 1 chapter and a half, so like only wrote like half of chapter 2, and that one I'm still kind of worried-ish about it, because I feel like anything that I write that's more than 1 chapters, I kind of need a name for the listener, because I hate saying YN or typing YN in a story, because the reason being, I feel like it really destroys and kills the mood. It's like you have like all the sound effects and background music, so many things going on, and maybe like Gojo's getting all sexy and then suddenly he says, "Hey, YN." It's just like doesn't feel right. So but if same thing goes with like hair color, eye color, that kind of thing. Like if you're like reading it self-insert, it's like okay, I still don't really like it, but if you say it out loud, it's like it really, really destroys the flow, you know. So, but if I don't keep it kind of like self-insert, it's less of a listener and more of an OC. So I'm not sure if people will enjoy that, but if I want to make things longer than like one part, typically I would feel more comfortable making it into an OC, like second person POV kind of thing. But please let me know in the comments like your thoughts on that, because it is affecting me a little bit as to like, you know, I'm hesitant, you know. So I do need some confirmation as to whether or not people will enjoy that. And then, yeah, new year, new content. You know, gotta add more animes into the headcanons, right? I've been getting requests for Demon Slayer. Oh my god, so much Demon Slayer requests. And I've been re-watching Demon Slayer with my friend lately because I've been showing my friend. So I kind of like just like re-watch it while I draw, just to like have some background sounds. To be honest, like my first time watching Demon Slayer, like when I watched it through, I never really simped for anyone in there. I liked the story. I like the story a lot, but like the characters are not very simpable for me because they're so noble and like they're all working for like a noble cause, and you just like look up to them, and so it just feels wrong to like turn them into hoes, you know. And I have no problem hoeing up like any of the BNAJ characters. They're like my sluts, but like, you know, sorry. But yeah, but Demon Slayer is just like all the characters are so wholesome, so it's very difficult, you know. But I guess I'll try, you know, I will try my best. Also I got a lot of requests for Dazai. Dazai. You know, I see the appeal of Dazai. I really do see it. And honestly, Chuya is also a cutie, you know, they're very physically and like attractive, right? But the thing is that I was just not invested in Bungo Stray Dogs as a story, you know. I just like, as a story, I feel like it just didn't really catch me, you know. It was just like background sound. It didn't really pull me in. So it was very difficult to get invested in the characters, as attractive as they are, you know. So I will probably have to revisit that anime before I could, you know, make any headcanons for them. Got a lot of requests for Hunter x Hunter, you know, and this gets, and you know, I get a lot of requests for Killua in my comments, and this is just like, it just gets really complicated. It's not like I can't. It's just like, you know, it's one thing to make spicy headcanons for, like, high school students. And it's another thing to make headcanons for a 12-year-old. And it's not that I'm saying I can't. It's just more like I like to avoid the conflict, you know, avoid the potential death threats that I would get in the comments, you know. It's like if I'm going to make spicy headcanons for canonically 12-year-old characters that I possibly can, you know, there are some characters where I just can't, you know, because I can't think of any. There are some characters that I can, like, imagine them as adults, but I would have to make a whole entire video to explain why I can do it and why I think it's okay to do it, and just kind of justify myself, and that's just something that I'm just too lazy to do as of now. So maybe sometime in the future, not anytime soon. I do need some time, maybe for the next podcast. Our theme, our topic could be why it's okay to, you know, make spicy headcanons for like canonically minor characters, but you know, through aging them up, of course, why it's okay to do that. But like, not this podcast. It's already a little too long. So yeah, that's basically what I've been working on this past month, and in the future, I think we can save the rest for next month for more discussion. And also, you guys are very welcome to leave topics in the comments to discuss for the next podcast. Things that you guys are concerned about, that you guys want addressed, or even like share some interesting things going on in your life. Podcast submissions are very open. Like I say, give me questions, give me messages, give me headcanons. But honestly, if you just kind of want to share something with me, like anything at all, or even ask about my personal life, it's all good. Like anything goes. So yeah, send me emails, things you guys want me to talk about, or what you guys want to talk about. Your messages can be pretty long. It doesn't really matter to me. Like, because in the end, even if this podcast becomes like 3 hours long, you guys are the ones choosing to listen to it. So it's fine. It's honestly fine. So yeah, send me anything, you guys. This is very open-ended, and I'm really happy when you guys send me things. So this is like kind of like my way to get to know you guys, as well for you guys to get to know me. So in the future, I want this to kind of just like be more interactive, I guess. But it's like too much of a hassle to do things live, which is why by interactive is not exactly interactive, but it's interactive through emails, right? So yeah, honestly, I have nothing else to say anymore, so I'm just going to cut this section, and I will be okay, I will see you guys next month, but stay for the tutorial on how to do podcast submissions. Alright, so let me show you guys how to submit your headcanon. So you got your spreadsheet over here, and as you can see, I've labeled the columns for you. This is your name, the anime that you're submitting for, the character, the headcanon, Q&A questions, and messages. So name, you would just put it under, and then BNAJ for anime, headcanon, he likes pie, and then question, messages, right? That's how you, and then if you have any more, put it on the bottom, just continue. And because if you see people already have it, you kind of just follow with that. And then if you have like a really, really long headcanon, for example, you're going to type, and it's going to go beyond the column. But I have the settings set on wrap, so it should automatically wrap itself within the columns like this. So it shouldn't be a problem. This month, I saw that a lot of the headcanons were really long and they went over the columns, and then people couldn't, or people seemed like they didn't know if they could write in the next column. So it looked like this. Let me show you. So it looked like that, but but you can still write in the next column. It will just cut off right here. So, but I have this column particularly set on wrap because I know this is the one that's gonna be probably the longest. So yeah, and I will have these set on wrap as well. So you kind of just go to format, wrapping, and wrap that. And now everything will be set to wrap. Yep, just like that. So yeah, that's how you guys use the spreadsheet. I hope this helps. Okay, and then I'm going to show you guys how to format the emails. So let me show you the template for the podcast submission emails. So I actually prefer if you guys send me emails instead of putting them into the spreadsheet. And for emails, it's podcast submission for your subject, please don't type your headcanon in the subject. And then please copy and paste this into the body of your email and use this as a template. So give me your name, anime of the headcanon if you have a headcanon, and the character and headcanons, and then any questions and messages. If you don't have a question or a message, you can just keep this blank over here, but I would prefer if you still have this in there, but just like leave this part blank. And same goes for headcanons. If you don't have a headcanon, just leave these blank, but keep these there. You know, it would help me a lot because it's just more organized that way. And that is basically it. I will be sharing this document in the description so you guys can use it to copy and paste. That is it, and thank you for watching, and thank you for listening, and stay safe, stay simping!